So dating is a journey of highs and lows. And here's the thing. There are some bad dating habits that you need to change right now. And why might you ask? It's because these dating habits are costing you time, you money, and most importantly, they're costing you your peace of mind. So in this video today, I'm gonna break down 3 common habits that you have that are not only costing you financially, but emotionally. Habit number 1, having expectations. So probably one of the biggest bad dating habits that I notice with men is that we expect women to reciprocate our energy. Oftentimes when we meet girls for the first time, we expect them to be into us the way we're into them, not flake on us, text us back, all this stuff that shows that she's interested in us. But in the decade of the 2020s, that is the absolute opposite of usually what happens. Most of the time when you meet a new girl, she's either lying to you, she's flaking on you, or she's not texting back. Unless this girl is showing me that she's down for me and she has a history of showing that, I'm not taking her seriously and I'm not giving her any sort of my energy. I told you guys once and I'll tell you again. I'm done letting women control my emotions. That is it. If she flakes on me, ghosts me, I don't need to know a reason why. I don't need to have any closure. I'm cool. I'm gonna continue to do me. I'm gonna continue to get more success, become better and better and better. And at the end of the day, we'll see where the chips fall. But for me to get caught up into a girl who doesn't even care about how I feel is a waste of time and effort for any man to do. And I know some of you little motherfuckers in your Pokemon pajamas in your race car bed be dreaming about, oh my God, what's my life gonna look like with her in 20 years? You guys need to start moving with the mentality of hoping for the best but planning for the worst. When I meet a new girl, I oftentimes don't expect it to go anywhere. I'm planning for her not to show up to that date. I'm planning for her not to text me back. I'm planning for her to do some stupid shit so that way I can get ready for the next girl that's gonna come along. If you put the work in every day, you trust the process, you believe in God, you're doing what you gotta do as a man, you're ultimately gonna run across a girl who's actually gonna wanna be with you. Now let's say you're lazy, you make excuses, you don't wanna work hard, and then you bank on one girl to actually make you happy, you're fucked. If you meet a girl on Instagram or at the bar, the chances of that going anywhere is literally the worst possible odds of all time. These girls that you guys like are getting approached by dudes who are rich, got clout, handsome. There's a whole bunch of options these girls have that you guys don't see in the background, because when you meet her, you think it's a 1v1. You think it's like, oh, this is the first time she's ever met a dude like me. Nah, motherfucker. This girl has unlimited options. So in order for you to stand out, you have to put the work in every day. These girls can smell it when a man actually has a purpose in his life. She can feel it when you don't text her back immediately. She can feel it when she looks at your Instagram and says, hey, this dude actually is making some motion. This dude has some motion in his life. Habit number 2, only meeting women online. I literally made a whole documentary on why this bad dating habit is gonna ruin your dating life. This dating habit right here is easily one of the most frustrating things you could put yourself through. Meeting women only online is only gonna cause you headaches in the long run, because most of the women you meet online will never be as quality as you want. If you know that the average attractive woman in life is getting DM'd on Instagram, getting approached at bars and clubs, getting approached at the grocery store, getting approached at her job, getting hit on by her friends in her social circle, why would you think a girl like that would want to be on an online dating app? When you're online dating, she has really 2 things to go off of: your bio and your pictures. If you're a man that's really went through some shit, 120 words cannot define who the fuck I am. To me, it's always been like, if I can get in front of a girl in real life, I can always get her. I can always back her up. Or if I'm online or I'm DMing her on Instagram, the chances of me getting that girl at this point in time is not very high. It's just because I know how the game goes. How much clout do you have? How many followers do you have? How much money do you have? What do you do for work? What do you do? I don't want to get involved in that sort of scenario unless I'm actually dating the girl in real life. I want you to go out there, get rejected, build my character that way, meet girls that most guys can't ever find because they don't be on social media, and then ultimately work my way up from there. Some of the most quality things require for you to take the greatest actions. Like, if you want to get a girl who's really going to be down for you, the chances of you finding her online are very, very slim. To each their own, but for the majority of men, these dating apps literally make you pay for a subscription just so that way you can go check out SeaWorld. So the last big difference that I noticed when I cut out this bad dating habit, I kept women around a lot longer than when I was online. The fact of the matter is this: when you're a man that has his shit together, you look good, you're confident, and on top of that, you can walk up to a woman and approach them, they respect that and they want to keep that around as long as possible. Habit number 3, not setting any goals or any standards for your dating life. 99% of men who are dating right now don't have any sort of standards for the girls they're dealing with. They don't expect any sort of cooperation from them. They don't expect any sort of respect from them. They are just happy to have anything around. They'll take crumbles from a girl that's attractive just because she's attractive. If you don't have any sort of real standards and you just get walked over all the time, you're not gonna have a very high confidence about yourself to get a girl like that anymore. I've seen the most alpha dudes get played by some crazy chick, and then by the time he's done and over with, he's no longer the same person. You cannot get comfortable while you're dating a girl. You cannot let a girl walk over you. You cannot let a girl just purposely do things to fuck with you. At a certain point, you have to put your foot down before it gets bad. And whether it's from verbal disrespect, physical disrespect, her wanting to be out all the time, you have to set some sort of boundaries for yourself. The men who succeed in this world are men who have standards for themselves, have boundaries for others. And so a lot of guys will go date a girl without having any sort of goals in mind, not having any sort of structure for the relationship, and they'll get dragged through the mud. A woman will use him for free dates, will use him to just drain his emotions. She'll do all this because you're letting her. So don't complain about women doing whatever if you don't have any standards for yourself. So a lot of times from what I notice when guys convert to the red pill, it's because they never had any standards. So they're looking for somebody to give those standards to them. In your heart, you have to figure out what you will and will not tolerate. For example, you might be a guy who doesn't mind spending some money on a girl to date her. Me personally, I don't mind spending a little bit to go on a drink or two, but it's like, I'm not about to be buying girls dinners. That's just not me. If that's your standard, do it. And then on top of that, when you're dating these girls, you should have a goal in mind. If she's just gonna be a one-night stand, let that be a one-night stand. Push it towards that. Don't try to lie to her and tell her I'm gonna get in a relationship with you even though you know she's a one-night stand. So these are the 3 most common bad dating habits that I noticed. Manage your expectations, stay off those dating apps, and ultimately set goals and standards for your life. If you do all 3, you do better than 99% of men. And don't forget, change does take time. So if you're on those dating apps, slowly work your way off of them. If you don't have any standards, start implementing small ones into your life. And if you have a lot of expectations for women, good luck. Anyways, my name is KJTheBlackAce. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. I post a hell of a lot of short form content, a lot of good tips and advice on there as well. Also, make sure you guys subscribe, obviously. I post content like this weekly. I'm the most underrated self-improvement content creator in the space, as you know. And with that said, I'll holler back at you guys. Peace.